Good afternoon, Chuck and Paige here. No time to be sad. How is everybody today? Today is Saturday morning here in Thailand, and I want to talk to you guys about what's going on here in phase 3 of our restrictions here in Thailand. Before everybody gets here, let me just talk about what's happening. So first thing is they shortened the curfew. Now the curfew is, the countrywide curfew now is 11 p.m. until 3 a.m. And they've opened up almost all of the businesses except the fun ones, you know, like the bars and stuff like that. They still, here in the Phnom Penh for sure, no alcohol is to be sold at restaurants, which makes your dining experience a little boring. But we're in phase 3. Phase 4 is supposed to come in 2 weeks. It's 2-week increments. So hopefully in 2 more weeks, that'll change. What else here? I took notes. Hang on. That's about it. That's really all that's changed, Paige. Everything's still, it's opened up inside, so there's now, you can travel anywhere inside of Thailand, no problem. There's still going to be little checkpoints, not as much, where they're just going to ask you, what are you doing, maybe, or just check your temperature and stuff like that. But you can travel pretty much so far, I think, everywhere in Thailand, except I think they're still having some problems down south. I'm not 100% sure, but not too many people travel down there anyway. So, but you are allowed to travel around in Thailand now. So they talked about it. They had a big meeting Friday, and they're supposed to come out with the exact results of everything Monday and a couple days from now. But as far as international travel goes right now, I know a lot of you guys are ready to come back to Thailand. So they started to discuss in increments how they're going to do that. So as of right now, people who have existing work permits, this is an application process. So people who have existing work permits can put in an application to try to get approval to come into Thailand, or people that haven't been working here and trying to get a work permit, stuff like that. So they only talked about work permit non-Thai citizens at this time. So I don't know what the future is going to hold. I'm sure it's going to be, you know, people that are married, people that have obligations here in Thailand, family, business, work, stuff like that. I'm sure it's going to be priority. So some of the things they talked about in order to enter Thailand, it's just talk right now, but I'm pretty sure insurance is going to be I just lost connection. I may have to, I'm on my home Wi-Fi. I missed, but they're talking about Corona insurance coverage of a minimum 100,000 US dollars. I was going to do some research to give you guys some pricing. I haven't done it yet of what that might cost to come into Thailand. So fit to fly, which means they're going to require some kind of certificate prior to getting on the airplane. 48 to 72 hours prior, you're going to have a fit to fly medical certificate to come into Thailand. That's about it. Work permits, fit to fly, and insurance, I think, is going to be the new norm coming into Thailand. It's still kind of strange. We don't have many cases here in Thailand right now. It's all very strange to me how this all came about. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you what's changed here in phase 3 of the restrictions here in Thailand. Phase 4 will be coming up in 2 weeks. You can go get a massage now. That's a good thing, but no more than 2 hours. You just have to leave and come back if you want more. But that's a good thing too. But drinking in a restaurant is still prohibited unless you guys are in a province where they've opened that up. Weighing 100,000 US dollars. I know that's crazy amount of money. Seems like a lot. I was really curious, and like I said, I'll do the research and try to find out what the prices of that might be. But $100,000 is a lot in Thailand to carry some kind of insurance, you know. Actual, it hasn't come out officially yet. That 100,000 policy. So, but the insurance. What's weird about that is the insurance policy that they require to retire that much. You know, it's only I think 400,000 baht, something like that. I mean, 100,000 US dollars. That is what is that, like over 3 million baht? Anyway, we'll see what happens. Anyway, good morning. I'm drinking ginger tea this morning. It's buffering. Okay, let me do this. Let me switch off of my, hang on. Let me off my home Wi-Fi. Bear with me. A lot of people are on the internet right now. Hang on. Okay, I just got off of the home Wi-Fi. Now I'm on my data. It's raining still right here, and I think a lot of people are just sitting on their phones right now. Is everything okay? Can you guys, am I connected okay now? I hope so. If not, I'll have to come back later. Okay, good deal. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I want to just talk about what's going on basically in Thailand. My next video is going to be, I made a video and a lot of people have asked me about my 5 most regrets while being here, while moving to Thailand or living in Thailand. And so I made 5. It was difficult, but I made 5 regrets that I have today about my experience in Thailand. So that video hopefully will come out maybe tomorrow. But I want to also do an update video on our next, we're going on a trip this next week, and I want to let you guys know where we're going and what's happening on that. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people that live in this particular area where we're going, and I don't know quite what we're going to do yet. Like I said, you can't drink alcohol in restaurants, so that means a lot of the bars and a lot of the places to hang out are still going to be closed. So for at least a couple more weeks, I'm suspecting in the next phase 4. Hopefully, there's not a phase 5. Like I said before, I thought it was only 3 phases, and now there's 4. So in 2 more weeks, in the middle of next month, they said they should have phase 4. Things should be kind of back to normal, and at the end of June or the beginning of July, things should be kind of back fully operational in Thailand, except for international travel, which they haven't. As of now, it's banned until July 1st. So I think they'll make their decisions. Things are still changing pretty rapidly, so we'll see what's happening. But anyway, that's it. So I want to answer some questions today, and yeah, how you guys doing? Somebody had sent me a message saying, I always comment, but you always ignore me. But really, I don't. It's difficult sometimes to answer a couple questions and then watch everything kind of disappear, you know? Anyway, you guys hear me say that every time. Mitch, good to see you. Let me back up here, Mitch. Mitch says he usually has 5 regrets by lunchtime. Eh? That's a rough life, brother. Saboy di I'm not really sure, but good morning, Todd. Masquino. Normally I drink good coffee from our coffee shop, Green Bean, but they've shut them down. It's crazy time right now, crazy time. Hey, from Missouri, the Show Me State, Jay Miller, good to see you. Bye, okay. Bye. I don't know what you're saying. Say it in Thai, spell it in Thai. Is it still buffering? I don't know what else to do because the internet apparently sucks right now from the weather. Raphael is complaining. Is anybody else having a bad connection, or maybe it's just Raphael? David, good to see you, David. Thank you very much for that. David and Kimberly Dottie, we watch your videos every day. Looks like a better living than we have here in West Sacramento, California. Sacramento's beautiful, but there is some crazy people wandering around the streets in Sacramento. On our last experience there anyway. Okay, let me start at the bottom here, guys. I've got 213 people watching. Thank you very much. I got a couple thumbs down. I'm sure that's because of the buffering, right? I can't do anything about the internet. We're lucky to even have damn internet in Thailand, right? No, internet's usually pretty good. No more buffering. Okay, good deal. Shane Montgomery, good morning from Australia. Can't wait to come back. It's been 6 years. Lee, good morning from England. Good morning. Thank you for watching the videos. Lee, good to see you. You can't respond to the comments because you're blah, blah, blah all the time. I try to just kind of, you know, when people don't watch these live, mostly, and I want to get all the blah, blah, blah done at the beginning of the video so they kind of know what I'm talking about, and then they can just go away. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. You blah, blah, blah on the comment section too. Bob, good to see you. Hello. Gary from Watsonville, California. Hello. Jay, saw that video featuring your language teacher. Put your left ear if she is married to the guy who made the monster. Yes, that's her husband. Good morning from San Clara. Brian, Homer, good to see you. Mark, thank you very much to restock the shelves for the less fortunate and a Leo. I'll do that. Cerebral palsy isn't everything. Hello from Boston. Good to see you. Virtuella, good to see you. Good morning from Denmark. Thumbs up. Thank you for that. Robert, no rain. It's been raining almost every day here. And yeah. I haven't been able to go ride anywhere because of the rain. Dennis, good to see you. Haven't heard from you a while from Tecate, Mexico. Diane from New Zealand, good to see you. Kai Ora from New Zealand. Spiz, outside of Taiwan and Singapore, Thailand has the best internet in Southeast Asia. They claim that South Korea has the ultimate fastest internet on the planet, but I didn't really experience that when I was there. But in Thailand, it is really good internet, I will say. The problem is when I talk and answer questions, a lot of stuff comes up, so I miss you guys. Leave it if it's something that I'm missing and it's really important. Leave it in the comment section when this long-winded blah, blah, blah video is over, and I will try to answer it. Rob, still toughing it out in Kalkut. You poor guy, you. Are you bored yet? Yeah, that's crazy. I would definitely try to swim to Kalmak or something, you know. Take a canoe. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, Koh Chang's a place to be stuck at. We could have done that. We would have been home by now. Lee, they're trying to, I've seen all the stuff on, it's crazy time right now in the United States. I could sit here and talk about that for the next hour, but I don't think there's no going back in the US right now. Really in the Western world, we're so divided right now. Man, I don't see us really kind of going back to where we respect each other's opinions, beliefs, or ways of life. I think we're just so cut down the middle, and that's it. It's kind of like we got to break up, right? We got to split up the albums and go a different way. I think it's over. We're going to have to break up. How do we do that? I have no idea, but I don't foresee with the culture today. I don't know. I'm so happy to be in Thailand, and I hope you guys are getting your crap together to try to figure out a way to make your lives better, because the rest of the world is insane. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, let me skip down to the bottom here. I apologize missing a lot. Beverly Weber, thank you very much from Phoenix, Arizona. Can't wait to come back to Chiang Mai, Thailand once I earn a few more bucks. Missing rainy season so much. The rainy season, the rain is peaceful, but after a while it gets so moldy, and for me it like gets depressing after. I mean, like rains for 2 months. Like, okay, stop. Travel with me vlogs. Good to see you. Good morning. Daniel McKinnon, I agree about back home in the States. I'm hanging out in Bangkok. Robert says it's boring in Sangam. Jay Miller, thank you very much. Hey, bud, I have been learning Thai for just over a year. You're a real inspiration, bud. Keep up the good work. Yeah, you know, Thai language is very hard, and people still busting my balls about my accent, but don't let those people get to you. We're not Thai, so it's very difficult to sound like a Thai, but ask a Thai person to speak English and you'll be like, So, you know, it's the whole concept is being able to communicate, right? Not be a professor, but or a professional either. So just as long as we can communicate, and if you can't, just smile. That's all that matters, and point. But keep up the hard work. And don't give up. Just keep practicing. Okay, Joe D's got a joke. What does a bleach blonde and a 747 have in common? I don't know. Tell me. They both save a black box. Very good. David Glass, good to see you, David. I hope you enjoyed your little contribution on my video in Mukdahan. Right at the moment, I had forgot your name, but got reminded during the editing of the video. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. David Bissett says, hi, Chuck from Surat Thani. Offer COVID-19 insurance, $500,000 for 450 baht for 1 year. Okay. I mean, for me, the numbers all sound high, but they're going to have to make it affordable, I think. But $100,000 US coverage to me is excessive. That's a lot for Thailand. Gary Light, okay. Glad you got a sense of humor. Lee from Sweden, good to see you. Michael, hi, Chuck and Paige. Michael McDonald from Utah. George Tiat Jr. Me, myself, and Parkinson's. Hello, and hi, Chuck from Surat. Okay, yeah, you just said that. Okay, I'm caught up. Michael, hello. Johnny from Denmark. I'm so ready to get back to the ocean. I think next month we should be able to go. I mean, we could go now. It's not a problem. We could have gone a couple weeks ago, but I want to kind of wait till we can sit by the water, enjoy a meal, a cocktail. Everything's open. I think next week, our next phase 4 will be in a couple weeks. Will be better. How is the food bank doing, Jimbo? Well, I just replenished it the other day, and I think it's empty. But I think a couple of other people have also donated too, but it goes really fast. I don't know why. I don't sit there and watch, but I'm sure we'll do it again whenever we have a chance. Right now it's just raining, so I haven't even had a chance to walk over there. I think Paige is buying cats. She looks happy. Are you buying a cat? No. Jimmy, good to see you. 275 people watching and only 89 likes, not 90. Somebody took theirs back. So. Thank you very much, guys. Picture Perfect Planet, good to see you. Mike, Stukin, Florida, good to see you. Jack and Buki. Lee, you're right, Chuck. I'm hopefully in 10 to 11 months, be there soon after. Jimbo, have the food prices gone up higher? I have not noticed them. In Thailand, I don't, no, nothing's gone up except the cost of airfare. So I don't see that happening. Everything's kind of normal here in Top Winome. I mean, people have their local farms, their local meat. The only thing that's kind of changed a little bit is fish pricing, but that's because of the river situation, and it's difficult to get seafood here because they had this. They can't drive at night, so they're just not bringing it, a lot of it, this far. So that stuff's expensive. Gordo's gonna send me Vegemite. No. Oh, a shirt with Vegemite on it. Nah, maybe. Okay, I don't care. I wear it in like I think the Western size, like extra large. And Thai, anywhere between 1X to 3X. It just depends on who's making it. A lot of questions I'm missing here again. Teresa, hi Chuck. Can you touch on your faith and adjusting in a Buddhist country? You know what the beautiful thing about Thailand? I want to touch on this for just a minute. And one of the reasons why I moved here was because, unlike back home right now, for sure, people don't judge me for my culture, my religion, my background. They don't even think twice about it. So a lot of people, you know, with Buddhism, they accept everybody, you know, Christian, Muslim, Hindus. It's more kind of a way of life. So I haven't really been learning any of Buddhism, but just experiencing the culture is unbelievable. And that was the very first thing I noticed when I came to Thailand. And that's what drew me to Thailand, because it was like going back in time with the mentality of people. It was unbelievable. So you don't have to be Buddhist or change your religion to be accepted or live peacefully in Thailand. So, yeah. Mitz, wow, this is live. Yes, you are live. Samantha Jones in Japan. So nice to watch you live. Perfect timing. Thank you for coming. You're always a ray of sunshine to watch and brighten my day. You must have missed a few of my videos. I've lost so many, well, people are so uptight, I think, and it's a frustrating time, you know. So when you're talking about your everyday life and your mood at the moment, you know, people can't relate to you, and they just say things and they go away. So there's a few videos where during this time I think we've all been a little frustrated. So if they're gone, I hope they just don't come back. And if they're that non-accepting of people's thoughts and beliefs and actions on their circumstances, then they need to stay elsewhere. I guess. Don't come to Thailand. It'll be very difficult for you anyway to come to Thailand long term, if you're that kind of a person, in my opinion. But we all have bad moments, right? I'm so far behind. Vertella, thank you very much. A little something to help stock up on the food shelf for the needy. I will do that. We will do that anyway. Just do you, bro. I don't want to try to be anybody else, but you know, I try not to say things to offend people. By nature, I'm not an asshole by nature, and I don't get off to trying to be somebody better. I think with people, a lot of times when they're assholes, they're just trying to make themselves superior, in my opinion. So I don't do it on purpose, but I try not to intentionally offend people. But I think it comes off in my personality sometimes, and I'm not sure. But either way, it doesn't affect me anyway, right? If somebody's offended, it just only affects them. So, a lot of things offend me, but I like to watch Joe Rogan. You know, sometimes he says the stupidest crap, and it's like, I can't believe you just said that, you know. But it's not like, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe. I don't like send him a message and say, I'm unsubscribing. You know, but he is off the charts on a lot of things, but he just speaks his mind, and I respect that. So we don't always have to agree, is what I'm saying, right? What do I think about traveling in January? Jan asks. I think it should be before that. I would hope. I would think. I think Thailand has to try to get tourism back. I don't think they have a choice. Over 57 people have died in Thailand. So what the hell's going on? But I think there's going to be a lot of. You have to do a lot of things to get here. I honestly don't think they're going to have like a visa on arrival. I don't think that's going to happen for a while until there's no more worry about this situation. So I think you're going to have to get some kind of a visa prior to coming. I think that'll be definitely 100% for sure. I think. Leslie, what kind of tool do you have in your right hand? Oh, sorry. It is a back scratcher. I'm just playing with it. I don't know. I can't keep my hands still. I need one of these, like a fly swatter, where I can carry it around. Maybe I'll make one. Alap from Chicago. Good to see you. Peter, good morning. Fernando from Hua Hin, good to see you. Robert, I hope we can meet soon. Well, I'm here. My Google address and link is in the description box in the About section. Gordo, I know all is good in the world when I see the mafia having a party. Yeah, I can't wait for that too. Gore, hi Chuck. Are there any real heavy bikes bikes in your area, motorbikes or bicycles? I mean, they have all kind of, they have big bikes for sale here too, and just about everything. Michael from Sam Rayburn, good to see you. I am ready to go bass fishing now. Right now is still springtime, so is it? Yeah. Yeah, so it's still probably a lot of big bass, huh? I'm hoping that lake got a break from all of this, because it has been like crazy overfished for years. Can you file your own patents? I guess. Rob Reed, get one of those electric bug apps. Dimitri, good to see you. You thought it was a fondue fork. It could be. I don't know if you want to use this one. Might give you an eye infection. Jim Barry, hit like. Thank you. Tom from Seattle. Good to see you, Tom. Carl K, if you hadn't met and married Paige, would you still move to Thailand? No. No. I probably had no interest in Thailand prior to Paige. I made a video called, Can I Make It Alone? You have to watch that video for a better explanation. Can I make it on my own, I think. Have you ever thought about kayaking on the Mekong? I have thought about it, but it quickly went away. Ray, hi Chuck and Paige from Puerto Rico. You don't fish in the Mekong River? Sometimes. It's difficult to fish, and right now the water's low. So me and Paige were just talking about going to Mexico next year. We're missing street tacos and all the Mexican beer you can drink. Here in Hua Hin, some department stores didn't reopen. Maybe they did not survive. The new phase 3 does not go in effect until Monday. So maybe there'll be some more. I think a lot of them are choosing not to open because of the lack of guests. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot here that aren't open either. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip down. Lauren James, so enjoying your travels. Thank you. I haven't traveled in a while, but I'm ready. But we do have like 900 travel videos if you guys want to watch any of those. Some of them at the beginning are a little hard to watch. Yeah, a lot of riots going on in the United States. I talked about that earlier. I don't want to revisit that. Tom Fuller, I'm sorry I skipped a bunch. Are you and Paige ever going to have a child together? How much is gas there a gallon converted to the US dollar? That's not an easy calculation. It's about 18 baht per liter. You figure it out. 18 baht per liter. It's normally 28 baht, but it's cheap right now. I made a video, 20 things about me and Paige, talking about that. We are not having kids. I have 3 kids, 3 grandkids. I'm 51 years old. Paige is 44. Why the hell would I have a baby when I'm trying to live my life traveling with no anchors? Could you imagine dragging around an anchor that constantly is demanding your attention for the next 20 years or more? Come on now. No. I fixed that problem a long time ago. 3's my limit. Paige does not want kids, and that was one of the reasons why we got married. Yeah. $18 baht per liter is $2.18. That's pretty good. It took me a while to figure that out. I guess I didn't know how to do it on the calculator good enough. Or maybe Google, I didn't ask Google right. Gas is not, they don't make gasoline in Thailand. So. People are obsessed with having kids. A lot of foreigners come here and have children, and it's mostly because the Thai woman and the Thai family love to have a half Falang child. And in most cases, they don't even have to worry about taking care of the baby, you know, but I'm not that type of person. So it's okay if that's what you want. It's just not for me. I'm not harping on anybody that has kids because I know a lot of you watching have Thai children. So I'm just for me. HK57 is 42 and has no desire. I think that's, 42 is over. You got to move on to different things, right? For me. Good morning, George. Or is it Jorge? Jorge from Hialeah, my hometown. Hialeah is where I was pretty much raised as a small child. Yeah, ropa vieja. Cuban food. Bart, good to see you. Maybe kids have no desire to have me. I used to be really allergic to kids, but when I moved to Thailand, the Thai kids are a little bit different here. I'm okay with them now. Maybe it has to do with the parents. Jeff, was it easy to drive from Tapanom to Vietnam? What city in Vietnam did you visit? I think we went to Hue, and then we went south a few hours, but we didn't actually drive. We rode with some friends, and it was an entertaining ride. Took a while to get there. I don't recommend driving, because at the border, when they see a foreigner, they get confused. So it's best to go into the airport through the immigration. But you can try it out yourself. Julian from London, good to see you. Tony, good to see you. Good morning. Hope everything is okay on my end. Everything is perfect, except it's raining. But we needed the rain. Can you speak Spanish? Hable un poquito español. I used to speak fluent when I lived in Florida. Half of my step family's Cuban, so they would only speak to me in Spanish. But I lived in Houston or in Texas, where a lot of Mexicans, so my Spanish is Tex-Mex. Por favor, is thank you, right? No, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I want to say it in Thai. When I go back home to Texas, it starts to come back a little bit. We miss real Mexican food, big time. I'm trying to think of how to say it's raining. I think it's hueve. Hueve is rain. I don't know. Anyway. Have you ever been to the beer can house in Houston? I don't think so. Jorge, what part of Chicago you live in? Was Jefferson Park 20 years? I lived in Schiller Park and Hoffman Estates when I lived in Chicago for 4 years. I don't like the new abnormal. I don't think anybody's going to like. I think it's going to, people, you know what I always say? Time will tell. Time will tell. People won't change. People will always think the same. But people that are open-minded will look at the whole thing, and time will tell. Anyway. Mike. Travel would need vlogs. Many English teachers here can speak Thai. Many of the English teachers that can speak Thai are my hardest critics. I don't know what it is with teachers. I think they like to just dominate, right? Like, you're not saying that right. Like, who the hell says shit right anyway throughout Thailand anyway? They all speak different. Come here, they're speaking Thai, Isan, and Lao in the same damn sentence. You know? What the hell did you say? Lori from Edmonton, hello. Alberta, got a Canadian in the house. Lewis, do you have any recommendations of learning Thai in the US, or is it almost impossible to do outside of Thailand? You know, there's a lot of vlogs on the internet. You can search for yourself. There's quite a few of them, and it's best to listen. And unless you know how to read and write Thai, it's best to listen to the words coming from a Thai person other than trying to learn how to read somebody's description of phonics in a translation book. Because for me, I had about 50 words, maybe more, coming into Thailand, but they meant nothing because I didn't say them in the right tone, the right pitch. So it's best to hear it from a Thai person, if that makes sense. But anything you can do prior to coming to have a step up when going to school is beneficial. But I tried everything. I listened to crap on my headset while I was working, watched videos, tried to get Paige to teach me. I have 100 books. Rosetta Stone, I think if you have time, Rosetta Stone's probably the best to learn of any language, but you really have to be able to concentrate on the Rosetta Stone and be consistent with it. Está lloviendo gatos el perro. You're talking about a cat and a dog. Do I love cats and dogs? I think that's what you said. I don't know. But I do love animals. Oh, Jay from Playa de Carmen. Very good. We might make a Mexico trip next year. Julian, hoping to do a bike tour for a couple of weeks from Udon Thani in July. We'll pass by hopefully to say hello. That would be awesome. I might join you. When is the best time to visit Thailand? I get asked that a lot. It just depends on what you want to do. For me, the best time for me is about May or June, just at the beginning of the rainy season and the slow season. A lot of people, there's not a lot of tourists. It rains a little bit here and there, but different parts of Thailand get different seasonal rains. So for me, you'll always see in my travel videos, June is about the month we're always traveling. I don't know. Hopefully this year I can continue. Rich, good to see you. Have I experimented with alternative to wheat flour? I don't know what that is. Why would I want to try something wheat but not wheat? I don't understand. Rosetta Stone does offer Thai language, Dimitri. I actually got a bootleg copy from my brother-in-law from the school. So, but I think I have seen it before. But I did have one. I think it's still here somewhere. Can you try to make a Jamaican patty, please? I don't know what that is. Can you just send me what that is, a Jamaican patty? Yeah, I can tell you, Dimitri, that I do actually have one, so I know it exists. But what I have is one that has multiple languages on it. So, but I'm pretty sure I've seen just a Thai Rosetta Stone. I would go to the website, and that would probably tell you for sure. That would be great, but not on a push bike. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to bicycle. Julian. Nick Barton. Every day I wonder if Leo Page is watching Doraemon apart from Doraemon apart from shopping. I don't even think she knows what that means. Just the facts, the truth. Good morning from El Paso. You know, for me, the truth and the facts and all that stuff is somebody's interpretation of what things mean to them. For me, facts is just an opinion because somebody always has different facts, right? Even with numbers, 2 + 2 is 4, but depending on the meaning of the calculation or what you're adding could mean something different to somebody else. Facts or not, I never try to do facts on my channel. Like I said, the only fact is for sure that we're born and that we're gonna die. And those are like the facts that I can only think of for sure. I'm not criticizing your name. Math is definitely, numbers don't lie. It's just the people's interpretation of what the numbers mean lie, right? I posted something on my Facebook with some numbers, and boy, did it stir up. I think I probably lost over a couple hundred subscribers on that post, but it wasn't anything political. But it turned that way really quick. It's just numbers. But when you put numbers, they have different meanings to people. It's man, we are such a divided world right now. It is, like I said, we're going to have to divide up the records and split our ways, I think. How are we going to do that? I'm not sure, but I don't think it's going to be pretty. I am a die-hard fan of you. Thank you very much. I'm glad I haven't said anything to make you run away. The problem is when you speak your mind, and a lot of people don't agree. I mean, who expects anybody to always agree with that person? You know what I mean? I mean, what happened to the day where two people could disagree at the dinner table or over a beer or a glass of wine or whiskey, you know, and just have a go at it with each other and then say goodbye and see them the next day? It's not like that anymore, you know? When we were kids, we'd get pissed at each other and we'd go fight out in the backyard, and then when it was over, we would say, okay, see you tomorrow. You know what I mean? But it's, man, it's so weird right now being, you know, in our age group and seeing all this crap, you know? So I'm just so happy to live in Thailand around people that, you know, Thai people have their problems too, and Thai people have their division, and Thai people have their government issues, that have a lot of issues like everywhere else. But for the most part, they're very not needy people, and they're happy, and I don't really know what the hell's going on anyway, and that's what I like about being here. I could just sit and smile, and if I smile at somebody, they always smile back most of the time. And I could just not give a shit. So that's where I found myself here instead of being all torn up between all the idiocracy back in the States. It's just not worth it to me, you know? It's not worth it. I hope you answered your question. People are sending me emails too, I guess because I'm missing their I'm missing their mess. Some people get really mad when I don't answer their question, you know. But shoot, I got 350 people watching and a lot of people typing, so it happens, right? Klaus Weinman, good to see you from Germany. Thank you very much. We've been working out like crazy too. But, Chuck, England would absolutely do your brain cells in. I have a lot. I think the second most subscribers I have are from England. And I have met a lot of English people here that come to Topanome and met them in my travels. And there's not too many Americans here to really compare, but man, I have had some really crappy conversations with some English people just going at me like full throttle. I mean, sending me emails, they never come talk to me at home about it, but it's like, holy crap, you know, and a lot of it is like typical American, this. I'm like, holy shit, you know, America is gigantic. I think England is about the size of Louisiana. So there's a whole lot of different thinking going on in the US. We're not all dickheads, you know, trust me. I might be a dickhead to you, but most everybody in America is pretty level-headed. You only see the chaos on TV. That's it. Travel around the United States. Me and Paige learned a lot about the United States in a travel trailer. Driving around is like, wow, I never realized how beautiful Wisconsin and Missouri and all that stuff was. And up in northern, like in New York and all that, it was amazing to do. I'm so glad we did that. Agree to disagree, yes. I think it used to be like really good for you to have a debate, right? To have a healthy conversation about indifferences, but now it's not even fun anymore. Like, people are really honestly disgustingly ugly, and they have no tolerance for anybody that thinks different than you. It's the craziest damn thing. A lot of times I block people like that because there's no having a conversation, right? If I say something and you disagree with me, okay, cool, I'm glad, I'm happy that you're that kind of person. You have every right to talk about who you are and what your beliefs are, but you have zero right to tell anybody who they should be. And that's it. If you got a problem, state your case, and maybe we can talk about indifferences and meet somewhere where, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. I understand now, that's a good point. I never thought of it that way, but it's not like that anymore, right? So you just don't have a right to tell somebody else how to think, act, or be. And I think a lot of people don't realize that anymore, so. I'm going to carry on the rest of this just ranting, so let's just answer some questions. There is no such thing as a typical American huge melting pot. America has a lot of culture, a lot. You can go from county to county, state to state, and it's different. It's totally different. It's even ran differently. There's different types of people. A lot of people with the same ideologies live in certain areas now. It's like segregated, right? When Thailand going to allow travel into Thailand? They're talking about, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I don't want to keep going over it, but there is no international travel at this moment. They're taking applications for foreigners who have work permits or work-related obligations into Thailand. But it's all going to, there's not going to be any flights coming here anyway. So even if those people get approved to come into Thailand, they've got to figure out how to get here, you know. Klaus and Thun are stuck in Sweden. They're ready to come back. I think Thun said she'd probably never go back to Sweden again. Paul from Germany, good to see you. Oldest brewery in the world. Okay. Wine Steven. Do not forget gloves when visiting. For your way out on all four. Ah, I get it now. Ray, can you tell me how much money I need monthly to live in Thailand? A normal life, not in Bangkok or Pattaya place. Man, it is. I get this asked a lot. I made a video and it's called, you can check it out if you're not a subscriber, just type in "No Time to Be Sad." Can you afford to live in Thailand? And I put some numbers there. If you want a number off the top of my head, 1,500 to 2,000 US dollars a month is a good number. But you got to have the amount of money to be able to have in a bank account anyway. So for me, if you don't have $1 million baht, which is like a little over 30,000 US dollars, you really don't need to be retiring anyway. Have some assets to sell prior to coming to make sure you have the money to keep into the Thai account. But there's a lot of different types of visas that you can get that don't require you to have the money in a Thai account. But my guess would be, not knowing you, I would say between 1,500 US dollars and 2,000 a month, because you're not going to spend that every single month. You're just not going to do it. So a normal day without, not including bills and expenses, it's difficult for me and Paige to spend like 200 baht a day. I'd say really like 500 a day. It's difficult to do that, to spend that kind of money a day. So $1,000 is US dollars is basically 1,000 baht a day. So, yeah. Some people may agree or disagree. Some people can live here on $500, but I mean, if they don't do crap and they want to just go live by the beach or live in a little fan room and read a book for the rest of their life, it can be done. Lee, Bobby has a bra on his face. I must have missed that one. Johnny, good to see you. Love to see you and Thailand Rob in a live stream together. I don't think that probably will ever happen. I don't think I have anything to offer Thailand Rob. Stukin, Florida. Good to see you again. You're blocked. I don't know. I don't know if I have any moderators. Do I have any moderators here today? Depends on how much Leo you can see. You can buy Leo cheap by the case at Macro. Ray says you're retired now at 1,500. I would say if you're going to come to Thailand, 1,500 is a good number, but you need to have some capital. You need to have some money to get established, right, when you get here. Transportation, down payment on a home, not a home, but like you want to stay somewhere long-term, rental, usually putting money up front, get you the best deal. So you got to have some money to land on the ground, right? I just added you, Lee, but it'll take a while. Keep out the girly bar and go-go's. You can live there very cheaply. You can spend, if you go to those types of bars, you could spend probably, I would say 3,000 to 5,000 baht a night. So if you want to live that lifestyle, you better have some bank every month. Anyway, you can't live that life. That lifestyle is short-lived. You can't continue that lifestyle. If you do, you'll be one of the guys having the heart attack or accidentally committing suicide. Chuck, is the river getting more muddy? The river is getting water in it, so there's some flow which stirs it up. Tim, Really, 200 baht buys how many Leos? Depends on where you're at. So it depends, cans or bottles. Restaurant on the average is about 70 baht per bottle. So you can buy a couple bottles of Leo. That's an odd question. Is that your budget? Thai lifestyle is for a 2-week millionaire. Just a fact check. When you are going to bake that cake again, I want the recipe. I've got to go to my Cooking with Kids videos. I have a recipe there. Paul, I was 10 times in Denmark. Now it gets real expensive. I like udon thani. Oh, DMK. I thought you said Denmark. Feeding yellow ducks. Oh, at the park. Travel man, good to see you. Condo jumpers, yeah. I got a couple stories I've heard from Thai men about that. I was a little intrigued. I want to get off subject. I gotta just hold on with your questions. I had a couple conversations with some foreigners a while back about suicide in Thailand. It's pretty prevalent in Thailand, right? So I was like, why the hell are these people doing that? But after talking to a few people, and they have actually known somebody that has committed suicide, they made me think about their scenario and why they did that, and I kind of got a reality of, oh, okay, so if you're a guy who has come to Thailand and a retirement age or older, and you have liquidated everything you've got and moved to Thailand, and all of a sudden your situation has landed you in a position where you just lost everything, and there's no turning back. There's no going back. There's no getting a job. You're brokenhearted. You're broke, and you're done. So I thought to myself, I would not personally do that, but I can see it happening, you know. But I've also heard another story that quite a few. You know, you're drinking in a bar, right? And all these beautiful girls are coming up to you, and, you know, they want you to take them home. And it's like, okay, yeah. And then you do the deed, and then you realize, crap, how much? I'm not paying that. Are you crazy? Well, then guess what? Somehow you accidentally committed suicide later on that evening because you were not a man of your word, right? I won't get into some details, but I've heard quite a few stories of that happening. And the people in the hotels just kind of like, you know, that stuff happens in a lot of those hotels every single day. You know what I mean? So Johnny Eskelson, thank you very much for that. That is very awesome. Leo time is definitely soon. Dimitri, you are such an awesome subscriber. Thank you very much. I hope you get to come here and enjoy a Sunday fun day one day. That rhymed. This is a bribe for you to make custard-filled croissants in one of your videos. Okay. Croissants? Okay, I'll do it. Custard-filled croissants. I'll just make it in one of my videos, okay? Paige is excited now, thanks. Patty. Hello, how are you today, Patty? Glad you could join us today, Patty. How many wants to see and listen to people from England and Italians not long? It's like the river, hope it's going away. I don't know what you're saying, Patty, but thank you for joining. Thank you. Moon Monchai, thank you. Good to see you. Your favorite bike route near the Mekong? I was thinking about renting a bike for a fun, relaxing tour. They rent bikes in Nakhon Phanom. Don Muang is okay. I thought you were saying Don Muang, but I wasn't. Every time I see Don Muang, I think of the airport, you know. But I know it's a town. HK57, what time is it? 5 o'clock, somewhere there. It's almost lunchtime, so no, we're gonna wait. Hello from Idaho. No, I want to say no problem. Is that your name? Leslie says, Teacher Thomas, thank you for making a good point. I missed your point. Sam from Temecula. Hello from California. James and coconut ice cream. Musashi from Japan. Good to see you. Can't wait to get back to Japan. I have become an expert in Leo. Maybe an expert in showing how to drink Leo. It's 5:30 a.m. in England. Good morning. That is pretty damn early. Really early. You go back to sleep. Davey McGee. Hello. CJ, good to see you. And Hua Hin. Chong all day for me. Nebo Mara. You know, yeah, if we were drinking at the bar, I'd buy you a Chong. I'd even may drink one with you, but it's not for me. Eric, hello. Hi, Chuck and Paige. Hello from Austin. My wife, Ann, is from Chayapum, and I watch your videos all the time. Hope to see you guys someday. Chayapum's pretty good ways from here, but not too far. We have some friends from the U.S. that live in Chayapum, too. Wayne from New Zealand. How are you? Down to one Corvid case here now. You guys are kicking it. Awesome. I asked Paige, where do you want to go outside of the country this year if possible? Her answer was, where do you want to go outside of the country? New Zealand. She wants to go to New Zealand. So if we can, Australia, New Zealand is going to happen this year. Bill, good to see you. James Edwards, hello from Jantiem. Jantiem Pattaya. 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 Don't say Pattaya. Pateo. It really aggravates Thai people. Except in Pattaya, they probably just go, stupid falang. Walter, have you been to Utarati? Utarati. Can you paste that in Thai? I don't know what you're saying. Stephen, good to see you from Antarctica. That sounds like such a demanding, awesome, like I'm from Antarctica. Like you should have a spear in your hand and say that, you know. Or what is that, a triumph? You should have a triumph. I'm from Antarctica. You're like a badass. Utah rocks from Michigan. Good to see you. Trident. What did I say? A triumph? Yeah, you can have a triumph in your hand too if you want. I always say stupid shit on my videos and people are like, it's not that, blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever. I try not to think too much. Like somebody sent me a message that my pizza was a pizza peel. And then some, no, it's a keel or a heel or a, what the, it's a seal. Who gives a shit? It's a shovel. I'm using it to get the friggin' pizza out of the oven. Relax. There is no news about when Thailand's going to open up for tourists at all yet. Sebastian, have you ever been to Nakhon Kam Soy? Have we ever been to Nakhon Kam Soy? No. What's there to do there? Triumph motorcycle. Yeah, you can have a Triumph motorcycle if you're in Antarctica. Jaime from Hawaii. Hawaii. Aloha. Thai word of the day. I don't know. What do you want to... You give me the English word of the day, and I'll convert it for you. Thailand is open July 1st. Well, there you go. There you have it. I hope so. But it's open right now. What is this, May? June 1st, it's open everywhere in Thailand, except you can't come here if you're outside of it. Patty, there's always noise everywhere. There's no escaping the noise. Crazy ting tong, word of the day. Ba ba bo bo. Dimitri, ooh, July 1st. July 1st it is. Yeah, don't buy your plane ticket. Dave just bought a Trek. Very cool. They do sell Trek in Nakhon Phanom, and I was looking at one a few months ago, but I got a good deal on the one I got. Did I buy a suit when I was in Phuket, boss? No, boss, I didn't buy the suit, boss. Hey, boss. They're so damn annoying, you know? Why don't you want a suit, boss? Because it's friggin' 1,000 degrees. Why do I want a suit? How far is Pathum Thani to Thap Phanom? Pathum Thani. I don't know. Where is Pathum Thani? You know, the thing about the internet is you can go to Google Maps. I actually have a Google Map link in our About section on our homepage. And you can go to that and then you can click, you know, like directions, and you can point, you know, to where. And it's easy to find out these things, how far certain things are from, on Google Maps. There's a lot of things you can do on Google Maps that I don't think people realize you can do. Like, I can go walk down the streets of Jomtien right now on Google Maps. Of course, it's not live, but I can get an idea of what's there. I wasn't trying to be a smart ass about the Google Maps, but I think if you're going to travel around the world or outside your country, Google Maps is definitely, I mean, we use it so much, even when we're walking around certain cities. It does help a lot to be able to navigate. It is a good tool. LB, did the mafia cool her affection towards you lately? I don't know what you mean by that. Mafia is always mafia. She gets cranky, gets hot, and she has a difficult time breathing sometimes, so she doesn't say much. But Mafia is always a very loving, giving, happy person inside. How accurate is Google Maps in Thailand? It is pretty damn accurate in Thailand. It doesn't work really well in Korea. You have to use, there's a different map we discovered in Korea. It doesn't work for shit in Korea, I can tell you that. And Paige got pissed off at me. We're carrying luggage around up these hills and stuff. I'm like, we're almost there. And she's like, I could see smoke coming out of her ear. She's like, GD, B, like, sorry. I thought it was only like 20 meters, you know? It's Google's fault. Ernest from Amsterdam. Awesome. Good to see you. Have you tried Google Maps for bike trips? No, I have this new application with this watch that does pretty good with the bike trips, but I haven't gone anywhere where I really needed to look at a map. I know magdahan sa kung nag-owner or nag-compano. I know how to get there, so. But when you're in the I bought a little thing to hold my phone now on my bike, a better one, because I almost died when I dropped the phone one time. And but it gets hot. Like if you're on Google Maps in the heat of the sun, your phone gets really, really hot, and sometimes it'll shut off. Thale, Adriana from Malaysia, good to see you. Thomas from Denmark, good morning. What does the tie writing on your arm say? Must have missed the video. Says, Wala bin Kong Mika. That's what it says. Wala bin Kong Mika. It says, call me Nana. Oh, you're Nana. Okay, hello Nana. From Malaysia. Stephen, good to see you. Or Stefan. Had to come back to Australia over a month of quarantine, returning through 2 states to get back home. I'm finally free on Monday, and pubs are open. Lucky bastard. Mrs. Thailand. Paul, in Egypt, the pyramids had a brewery in those days of construction. Beer comes from Egypt. I've never heard that ever in my life. Thank you for sharing that. I almost feel like I should Google that. Why not translate what your tattoo means? You didn't ask me that. You said what, or somebody said, what does that say on your arm? And it's in Thai, so it says, Wala bin Kong Mika. It means, in English, time is precious. Time is precious. So I have that tattooed on my body because time is precious. There's no time to be sad. And it means a lot to me. And all of my videos, I try to express that life is short and you need to do what makes you happy in your one life that you have. So simplify things and figure out what's important to you, and then before it's over. Is that a good enough explanation? You're welcome. Can't wait to go south either. Gochang, probably going to go back there October, September, sometime in that area. But our next big adventure is going to be Surat Thani and Koh Samui. I think a lot of people don't understand what my videos are about, but a lot of you have seen a lot. Some of you have seen all of my videos. So you know kind of where I'm coming from, what my videos are about, And I try to sublimate in all of my videos to try to make you think about certain things in life of what's important. Because right now we're so, in the U.S. and in the West, they're so worried about things, Your level of importance depends on the amount of shit that you have, and this stuff is just, it's never ending, right? You have to buy more shit, you have to maintain it, replace it. There's a lot of things that shit requires, right? So in life, being happy, you really don't need all this stuff. Life is pretty simple. It's the things that are really complicated sometimes. So, but anyway. Subliminal, thank you. That's what I meant right there, I tell you what. Have you seen much of the Mekong River? Well, I live like, it's like right there. I see it every morning when I exercise. Poker lemon. Yes, there's a lot of shit going on in the US. We talked about that earlier in the video. Sad to see it. Thailand e-biker. I haven't forgot about you, man. I really haven't. I feel almost obligated to go see you now since we talked about it. I'm making a video on 5 of my biggest regrets. I'm almost done with the video, actually. I think it's going to be my next video. Since you're asking, regrets, struggles, well, it's about regrets more than struggles. I guess struggles is, I think it's what most people have, is not being able to be involved in a conversation, to not really understand what's going on around you is a struggle. But I think that's for most people. But I can understand 30%, 50, maybe 50% of what's going on language-wise around me. So it's an advantage, but it becomes a struggle when I have to say, what was that all about? Sometimes she doesn't pay attention either. You know, I want to know, what the hell are they saying over the loudspeaker? You know, is it important? You know, and she's like, I don't know what they said. So that's the only struggle, and it's not that much of a struggle. Yeah. Because I'm a phone. Everybody wants, James Richardson, everyone wants the money. I talk to a lot of people every single day. I've never had anybody say, hey, give me money. But money does make the world go around. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. So if you're a fat, ugly, well, let's just not be ugly about it. If you're just a non-attractive person, and I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. So if you're a non-attractive person and you're walking down the walking street in Thailand where there's just like unbelievably gorgeous looking women that would typically not have any interest in you, and in order to speak with them, you'd have to either buy them something, right? Maybe that's where you're going with that. So, but I've never had anybody do that. Hey, Graham, good to see you. Thank you very much for that. We've had some interesting conversations on Facebook. I hope all is well. Anyway, I've made a few comments on my Facebook page, and they've been really entertaining, I think, a lot, but I never tried to stir the pot. It's like, wow, maybe I shouldn't have. I think I got a lot of people yelling at each other right now. What is that? Oh. Big, gigantic thing of yogurt, which is good for the immune system. Good for the immune system. Was 120 baht. So that is like little under $4, I think.
The purple tastes good. Too.
That's a lot, right? I love it when people just come now she wanted money. And the lady who wanted to sell me soup this morning asked for money. But I think that's awesome. They come to your house, hey, you want to buy some stuff? Like, yeah, of course I do. Where's that friggin' coconut ice cream person? Anyway, if you responded, I missed you because I was talking too much. I wasn't trying to insult you. I have something on my back. Support food banks. Okay, thank you. Yes, we got to make another trip to the food bank, number 3, I think. It's been raining, so I haven't walked down there, but I'm sure it's empty again. Pad Thai, good to see you. สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ คุณชักกี้ น้องคุกกี้ Let's see if I can remember this. If I can say this. Let's see. Jack. I can't barely see it. Hang on. No, sit. I can't see it.
Sydney,
Sydney.
Australia.
Oh, Sydney, Australia.
Yeah,
Clap.
that's so bad. I tried. You can't like not look.
I tried, but it's difficult to see that.
I can't see.
Bertella, thank you very much for that. Again, thank you. Paul, does a cow drink milk or water? You got your second teeth after. You guys must be having an interesting conversation. Leslie says hello.
Hello.
Rudy, when they gone open Phuket border again? No.
I don't know. Yeah,
We're in
last
phase 3 right now. Phase 4 should be in 2 weeks. I'm thinking, here's the thing about Phuket. Sorry.
time.
A lot of those people that are working, okay, well, you didn't talk about the bars, so I don't know why I was going to talk about bars, but Phuket border, I think, is open right now, isn't it? It's not? It's not opening everything up right now?
No, not doing.
When do you think it's going to open? Supposedly, we had an earthquake. Supposedly, right now, the rumor is July 1st. Things should be back to normal everywhere inside of Thailand. That's a rumor. We have a lot of friends that live and do business in Phuket. Dave, good to see you. I'm I'm as ugly as sin, but I think that if a lot of people ask for money in those situations, so I know I've walked those streets. Me and Paige have walked those streets together and been propositioned. So it's just the way of life on that road. It's to be expected. Life's too short for BS. I really like your name. I really do. I'm still looking for that pineapple pastry you buy at the stores. We seem to have everyone but pineapple in Canada. Huh. They have them at every 7-Eleven here. Thank you, Don, for that. Paul, worst case, Phuket, you wake up next to Mama San. I was going to say that a lot of the working girls and business owners, I don't know, a lot of those businesses, the buildings and stuff, the people own those, so they don't really have a lot of overhead sometimes, but the people that work there have left the building. So if they open it up tomorrow, I don't see them rushing back there to work right away. Except for Mama San, maybe. Mama San probably owns the building. Love you long time. Al Pacino's in the house. Good to see you. English 8. I'm learning to speak the Thai language. Stay with it. Al Pacino, I started baking in the U.S. Actually, how I was raised. If you want something, you got to do it yourself. If you want to make something, you got to make it. So it started at a young age. But I really started baking I was so frustrated at work, I'd come home and start baking to relieve stress. It's so weird, but my neighbors loved me for it. Johnny, if you design a no time, I have designed a t-shirt, but it's so, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go down that route. I've thought about it, I've discussed it, but I don't know. You know, I can get t-shirts made down the street here really cheap. It's just a matter of having to mail them and then go through all that stuff. And I hate to commit to stuff, you know, because I'm not very dependable person today like I used to be. I have to clean my glasses. I can't see anymore, I'm blind. Everything is so blurry right now. Okay. Brian, howdy. So what do you call Bart? If you use a service like Zazzle, you can get. There's a lot of T-shirt services out there, and they, you know, you got to give them bank account information, and then they're going to give you a 1099 at the end of the year, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of something maybe easier, you know, like I don't know yet. I haven't really thought that far. There's a lot of companies. Actually, YouTube itself has a merchandise section that you can sell stuff through your YouTube channel and have about 100 different places that you can use to have your products made and shipped. Well, I actually went through it. I made a bunch of Mafia shirt, and I spent like half of the day designing stickers, T-shirts, coffee mugs, all kinds of things. I was like, I'm gonna do this, and then when it got to the end, it asked me for bank account information. So I said, okay, fine. And then the next day, I got an email where, like, almost all of my designs were copyright. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, I couldn't use Mafia. I couldn't use certain words because somebody owns that word. I couldn't put that on a shirt. Like, are you kidding me? I could put your dickhead on your shirt in Thailand. I could have it made in Thailand, but I got frustrated and I just deleted the whole thing, and I think I forgot about it till this conversation right now. Anyway. You know what's funny about doing these vlogs or these live streams is they always end in talking about beer. That's weird. If you guys look at my last, like all my vlogs, they always end in talking about beer. What is wrong with you? Paige is not looking at the live stream. I can promise you that. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's just weird. We always talk about beer at the end of the... I know it's time to go when we start talking about beer. Chris, you're a graphic designer. I like to be artistic. I'm not a professional at anything, really. But I had some really cool designs and shirts, and I thought about hiring a graphic designer to do some... I was going to do a website. I was going to do a lot of crap. Living in Thailand has really made me kind of sabai, because I have been high-strung, high-gear, business for a long time in my life. And I have become totally different now living in Thailand. But I still get these wild hairs sometimes. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I need to do a website outside of YouTube if I want to sell products, or I want to talk about things that I can't talk about on YouTube, and maybe share like actual links to the places we've stayed, because you can get like commission. One person, Kevin Thailand, who just had his funeral the other day, used to talk to me a lot about marketing my channel, and he told me a lot about how to market, like share links to hotels and stuff. Anyway, I didn't have an interest in doing that. The whole thing was just to enjoy, have a good time making videos, and a lot of people are irritated, and I get I think I've lost a lot of subscribers because of the commercials, I think, on my channel, and I don't know. You know, I just sometimes YouTube. I don't know how they do it. Sometimes they put like a crap load of commercials on one of my videos, and yeah, you can definitely say, okay, YouTube, I only want you to put 2 commercials. I've talked about this, I think, every live stream. If you decide you're going to control the amount of advertisement on their platform, where they make money by advertisements, that's how they get paid. They don't care about my video. I'm not sending them a check. You're not giving them money unless you're premium. So they don't promote your videos that much if you only have 1 or 2 ads. You know, so I just let them do it. I don't really care. It doesn't make a difference to me. If you watch the video, I think right up front, there's not that. Usually the ads come later, like the next day. There's a shitload of ads. That's when people usually complain about it. Klaus, can you make a video with Herbert Huberts? I don't know him. Maybe I think you sent me a link to one of his videos. You know, I'm not really the type of person to seek out other vloggers and try to make these. I don't really have an interest in it, I guess you could say. So I have met quite a few vloggers. I have some videos with vloggers, but I don't know, it's just not my goal to try to do that. So maybe that's why I don't have 1 million subscribers or, you know, 50,000 subscribers, because I'm not trying to do that. Sang Som. You know, I'm going to have to get off Sang Som. I think I've discovered that that's why I'm fat. Beer and Sang Som. Sang Som has so much sugar content. So I did a little bit more thinking and a little bit more reading up. And it's like eating, if I have 4 little glasses of Sang Som and water at night, it's like eating 4 ice cream cones. So before you go to bed. Last night I had a little bit of Chevis. It's a Scotch whiskey. So I felt pretty good this morning. I didn't feel like I just swallowed a truck, you know. I don't drink Lao Khao, but thanks for asking. It used to give you weird dreams. I always have weird dreams, but luckily I forget about them right away. Leo, beer, and t-shirts. No, oh, Leo beer and no time to be t-shirts. No time to be sad t-shirts. Yeah, I don't know on the t-shirt deal. Raymond from San Francisco, beautiful place. Somebody sent me a bunch of stuff about glad we got to see the pier because it's on fire. I guess it burned down a week ago. Excuse me, about a week ago. Hong Tong, I don't care for it. I'll drink it, but I don't really care much for it. Sanat Svay from Houston. Hello, how are you? Teacher Thomas. I'm just going to call you Thomas. Funny how Thai people refer to Sang Som as Thai whiskey, but it's actually rum. You know, I've had this conversation with quite a few people. For some reason, and I am this person too, that thinks too much. We just think too much about crap. And what sometimes it's irritating with Thai people the way they think, but it's only because we think too much. Whiskey is whiskey. What kind of dog is that? That's a black dog. What kind of bird is that? That's a black bird. What kind of whiskey is that? That's whiskey. It's just simple, I guess. I don't know. It gets irritating, but a lot of people call me out on that. Well, it's not whiskey, it's rum. I'm like, okay, fine, it's rum. But Thai people say whiskey. Relax. I always say if you're going to come to Thailand, you're going to have a difficult time if you overthink too much. And Johnny Walker is expensive here, but that is my go-to. Is the dollar hanging tough with the baht these days? Dave asks. Good question. So I did some reading up on this. I'm not a financial expert. I like money though. They say that the Thai economy is going to be devastated. It's going to be one of the 7th most hit economies in the world. And they're predicting, the baht's been going down a little bit at a time, but they're predicting it's going to drop. You know, they said 20%. I think that's a lot, but it's going to have to drop right now. So, you know, the Thai baht was kept up here. I told you guys a long time ago that they were really interested in doing more trade than they were more so on concentrating on tourism. So they've been working on infrastructure, working on roads, making trade more appealing to Thailand with the ASEAN countries, with the neighboring countries. That's what they were focused on. So if you understand how trade works, if your dollar value is a little higher, your interest rates are a little higher, which drives up the dollar, then it makes it more appealing for outside investors to come in, and they were concentrating on that. So, but it's a different story now. They're going to have to take care of Thailand internally, and they're going to have to lower the baht. It's already happening. I think it's going to drop quite a bit. So through all this stuff that's going on, there's going to be a lot of people that benefit from what's been happening. And I will say I have been one of those people that have benefited too. But the dollar is still strong. I think it's going to get stronger. I think I'm guessing, this is a guess, that it's going to be, I think we're going to see the highest number in a while in the next year. By the end of this year, I think we'll see 35, 36, 38 to 1 on the Thai baht is my guess. So, I don't know about other countries, but I think the US dollar is still holding and still going strong. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a financial consultant, so. I know I talked too long about that. A lot of you probably think I'm a dumbass. I'm sorry. Have you fished in the Mekong? Yeah, God dang it, no, not lately because of the water level. We're still talking about alcohol as I'm rambling. Me and Paige brought a lot of money over here when it was like 36 to 1. So we knew we were going to live here, move here. So I'm glad we took advantage of that moment in time and sent a lot of money over then, which was like 3 years ago. I'm not going to do 2 live streams like I've been doing. This is going to be my only live stream. It's too much talking. But my next video is going to be my 5th most regrets moving to Thailand. Patty Forsman, if you go to Samui, do you go with car, and why? Why not flight? Okay, well, typically we like the independence of driving and seeing everything on the way. Since we're not really tourists, we live here, so we're able to take our time and do these things. Would be the most logical reason. Not the cheapest way. It's actually cheaper to fly, but when the smoke clears, it might be the opposite, because Thai airlines are not going to absorb the cost of being half occupancy and everything else being more expensive too, so the customer is going to have to absorb that price. But to answer your question, we like to enjoy the ride. Flying is much easier. You get from here to you gotta fly from here to Bangkok, 45 minutes, and then from Bangkok to Koh Samui, it's probably another 40 minutes. So, which can be done, and we may do that one day just for the fun of it. But as of now, I enjoy driving. Okay, Tony, I'm gonna go soon. Thank you very much for coming. I know you got better crap to do. Well, Chuck, you and the Tiger are my two sources of regarding Thailand as between. You know, he's one of my viewers too. We talk on Facebook. Yeah, once or twice, I think. Tim, anyway. I was pretty leery about Thai news bloggers because a lot of times they become opinionated in a negative sense, especially the ones that actually don't live in Thailand. And but I do like Tim. I will say that. I'm looking sweaty. This is Thailand. It's like 300% humidity in Thailand. I have 2 fans on me right now. American National, they picked a bad time to tighten visa qualifications. 800,000 baht kept the fee. It's always been 800,000 baht for a long time. I don't know what you quite mean by that. But if you don't, I would always go back to saying 800,000 baht. If you don't have that, then you're gonna have to figure out a different way to retire, I think, anywhere in the world. But there's always different ways of coming to Thailand other than a retirement visa, for sure. But you really should have some capital or means of supporting yourself if you're not working, retired type person. That's just my opinion. But if you don't have that money, you can come to Thailand multiple different ways. The power problem here is fixed. There's not any, used to be when the wind blew, the damn lights would go out for a long time, but I think throughout Thailand they have fixed that problem. How do we integrate ourselves as good people with our hosts? You must be having a different conversation with somebody else. I'm maybe glad I'm not in that conversation. Dave says Galison. They spelled it with a K, but it's actually Galison. Still has some fairly large outages during the monsoons. Thank you, Tony. I was being sarcastic, but I'm sure you've got better stuff to do. Thomas, Chuck, do you have any advice for a small channel vlogger to grow his channel here in Thailand? I've given this advice to a lot of people. There's a lot of people that share their vlog. Okay, I'll cut through all the crap. Do it because you want to do it for yourself. Only because you want to look back at and see how you've evolved or look back at your experiences and learn from them. And yeah, somebody just said be yourself. Yeah, you don't want to try to imitate somebody else. People want to see how it happens for you. It's good to have a personality. You don't always have to. I learned a lot from listening to people. Like, I would stare. I come from a place where if you talk to me, I'm going to look you in the eye. So I was looking everybody at the eye, and they don't want to see your face. They want to see, anyway, be yourself, share your experience. Don't compare yourself to other people. And people want to see that. They're interested in that. But like very few people will know your existence. So you have to just be informative, repetitious. But if you're trying to make a living at it, it's very difficult. Oh, it's lunchtime. Time to go. But if you want to do it, just do it for the fun of it. And do it for yourself. Anyway, guys, I've got to go. It's lunchtime. It's raining. My throat hurts. You guys have been awesome to listen to me, and I think we've all had a pretty good chat. If I missed you, I didn't ignore you. Just please, if it's something important to you, leave it in the comment section of this video, and hopefully somebody will answer your question, if not me. But again, I want to say thank you very much for all the awesome comments throughout the videos. If you guys can share your information and comments along with other people's comments, please do that. Please, if you haven't subscribed, it really helps my channel out a lot if you subscribe. I don't know if some of you don't have a Google account or not and can't subscribe, but I know if you're commenting, you have a Google account, and I can see if you're a subscriber or not. So anyway, it's effortless. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't mean anything other than it helps promote maybe an eye-opening, different experience of living life in Thailand. So anyway, guys, kap kuna kap, chok di kap, lao jerkin mai kap. I will see you on the next video of 5 regrets that I have living in Thailand. So you guys have an awesome weekend. Stay safe. It's a crazy, crazy world right now. I hope we all make it through it. I hope you guys look into your own self, your own problems, and fix what matters the most to you, and only worry about what's important and the things that you can actually control in your life. And God bless. See you guys on the next video. Bye.